projects. I finally finished the Canadian Pacific. It does have traction tires, but it still slips. Here's the completed Caboose. That's my completed Kansas City Southern Caboose, which you've probably seen before. Time consuming that I thought it would be. It does have a double reduction motor. The last thing I had to do was this front truck, which I put on using lock nuts, and I found out that if the screw sticks down, you better cut it off, because when you go around a corner it'll hit the center rail and short things out. And yeah, I spent the money to buy these marker light things. I think it's worth it if you're going to restore something like this, especially a Canadian Pacific. I don't think it's that bad to put some money in it. Is it worth more than I have in it? Probably not. It's probably worth about what I have in it. Now, this is the tender I built for it. It's made out of a Lionel Prewar tender, but I put Lionel. That's a pre-war truck with a post-war coupler on it, so I can pull modern Lionel stuff with it. And of course, I made a mistake, and the Canadian Pacific sticker doesn't match the color scheme of the Locomotive. That's the way it goes sometimes. This was one of my son's locomotives, and I think my grandson, who's 3, must have got a hold of it, because this crossbar here was gone, and if that's gone, the rear truck won't stay in place. So I made one out of a piece of brass, and then it was missing the marker jewels, so I put those on. So it's a 2034 die-cast metal, roller pickups instead of sliding shoes. Is an excellent first locomotive for a young person. This baby here was a tremendous challenge. I got this cheap off eBay. It's a 225E. It was not running, and that's probably why I got it cheap. And I've not taken apart that many of these heavy die-cast pre-war Lionel locomotives, and it was a challenge. The trick, though, if you want to take this thing apart, is you take out this screw and this screw. This whole cowling here comes off with the front. You have to release the grab rails. Then right here, down in here is a screw that goes all the way across. You unscrew that, and then you unscrew this screw here, and the engine will drop out. However, there's a heavy casting in here with a little hole for the headlight wire, and that won't drop out, so you're going to have to unsolder the headlight wire if you want to really get at this motor. Now, this is a repaint. I decided to paint it this nice color, which I like a lot. It was originally black with a lot of paint chips and stuff, so I completely disassembled it to do this. This smokestack up here is held on by a screw, so you can actually remove that smokestack. You see it's black, whereas the body is gray. It had me stumped for quite a while. The main power wire that goes to the pickup plate on the inside wasn't attached, and there was no evidence of a solder location where it ever was attached. And these rollers show no wear really to speak of, hardly. I have to wonder if this thing came from the factory without that wire being attached. It runs good now. Very smooth. They're wonderful locomotives. And if you can get one off eBay cheap like I did and fix it up, it's worth it. The boiler front is hinged. Here's the hinge. There's a little latch right here. It has side jewels and front jewels on the marker lights. And the other thing was wrong with this when I got it was the whistle was broken off. I got one off eBay for $6 or $7. It's held on underneath by a nut. It's actually threaded. The bell is held on by a screw. Now the tender for this thing was a real mess. And I'm still sorting it out. It doesn't work right now. But I have painted the top to match the locomotive. So it'll look something like that when it's all assembled. And it's going to have the box coupler on it, which is okay. Now you notice this Lionel tender, which came with the Scouts and some of the cheaper sets, is different from this one. Much more detail. But these are fuel oil tenders, not coal tenders. The last project I want to show, this is a Lionel 600 series tank car base with Marx trucks on it. This is the top. It's going to go on there. I'm having a very hard time putting the grab rails back on. I can't seem to attach the original stanchion, so I'm probably going to settle for cotter pins. So that's what's held me up on this thing. But I'm hoping to make a mixed tin plate train. You can see I got a start on one here. This is my only Marx lithograph tin cattle car. This is a modern Marx tank car, modern Marx searchlight, modern Marx log car. And this is, of course, a Lionel Caboose that I custom painted. So that updates you on my recent projects. And the little Canadian Pacific does run good. I did put rubber traction tires on it, however. I probably should have put them on the back drivers, but I put them on the front drivers here and here. And it still slips a little bit at times. I guess one reason it slips is it's a very powerful motor in there. Oh, we're gonna run it again. If it's on the track, that is, which it isn't. I need a 7-year-old to put my trains on the track for me. I've gotten too old for some of this. Look at that grease smear I got on there. Have to take that off probably with alcohol. But it's running good. Now this Lionel Caboose did not come with end ladders. I don't know where I got these ladders from, but I put it on. And then I found out they didn't come with brake wheels either. So I put the brake wheels on. Now usually the brake wheels are on the outside. I didn't know what was correct, but I can't imagine a brakeman cranking it down while hanging on the back. So I put them on the inside. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what I did. All right, thanks for watching.